The internet is convinced that the new $599 MacBook Neo is a complete piece of garbage. After my last video exposing this machine's physical limits, my comment section was flooded that an 8GB MacBook Neo is completely useless, reminding me that the Neo is completely advertised towards students, and yes, your grandma can probably use the MacBook Neo. And look, you aren't wrong. This laptop was designed for students. Because of this, the tech community is completely overselling this thing as a miracle or brutally underselling it as a toy. The truth is honestly somewhere in the middle. This machine can be used for high-end professional work. Because what they don't know is that Apple secretly hardwired a physical cheat code into this exact laptop. And today I'm going to show you how to use it to edit cinematic, Hollywood-grade 4K footage on a $600 machine without dropping a single frame. Right now, the vast majority of content creators are brutally slowing down their own workflows because they don't understand how different video codecs interact with Apple Silicon. They throw massive, unoptimized files at the timeline, and when the computer inevitably chokes, they blame the hardware. Let's talk about the exact format that makes this machine absolutely untouchable at its price point. The secret to the MacBook Neo isn't the 8GB of shared memory, it's rather the hardware media engine. Apple built dedicated physical silicon right on the A18 Pro chip, specifically to decode one type of video, and that is 4K 10-bit HEVC with a 420 bit depth. If that sounds like a bunch of overly technical jargon, let me simplify that for you. Think of HEVC or high efficiency video coding as a tightly packed suitcase. It holds massive amounts of data, but it's zipped extremely tight to save space. This is the exact codec that's shot on modern iPhones or prosumer grade cameras. And more importantly, it's the exact codec that I use to shoot every single piece of talking head A-roll on this channel. It is one of the most robust and visually flawless codecs for making YouTube videos, TikToks, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts. It retains 10-bit color, which means that you have over 1 billion colors to pull and push when you're color grading. As long as you shot and exposed your subject correctly, you can drastically change the look and feel of your studio without the footage completely falling apart. And on top of that, the file sizes are completely compressed, so they don't instantly fill up your hard drive. In the past, older computers used to absolutely choke on HEVC footage because it was packed so tightly. The main processor had to do all the complicated math to unpack the heavy compression in real time, all while you're trying to edit. But the MacBook Neo has a dedicated physical bouncer at the door. When you drop 4K 10-bit HEVC footage onto your timeline, the main processor barely lifts a finger. It unpacks that suitcase for you, so it bypasses the 8GB of shared memory entirely. Because of this hardware cheat code, you can stack 3 or more completely different streams of 4K 10-bit HEVC on this $599 machine simultaneously. Throw on heavy color grades and the timeline remains buttery smooth. No proxies, no rendering, it just simply works. But I know exactly what the comments are going to say right now. Seez, what if I don't shoot on an iPhone? What if I shoot on a real cinema camera? Let's go outside and push this laptop to the real physical edge. I took my Lumix GH7 out to shoot some extremely heavy 4K B-roll. By the way, I buy all of this gear that you see with my own money to find the truth for you. If you appreciate the independent testing, use the affiliate links down in the description of this video down below to buy this laptop or any of the other gear mentioned throughout this video. It costs you absolutely nothing but keeps this channel alive. Now, back to the edit. I'll show the footage that you're seeing right now in Cinema 4K. That is 4096 by 2160 at 60 frames per second in ProRes RAW. This is massive, uncompressed data. It has incredible dynamic range and infinite flexibility in post-production. It is exactly what you want for a high-end commercial client shoot. But it has one fatal flaw for this laptop. When I take the native 4K RAW file and drop it onto the MacBook Neo's timeline, it instantly panics. The Neo relies entirely on the 8GB of unified memory. The RAM fills up instantly, the playhead stutters, the timeline lags, the computer essentially becomes a $600 paperweight. The commenters would look at the stuttering screen right now, throwing their hands in the air and saying, "See, I told you, this laptop is completely useless." But true professionals on a budget do not cry about hardware limits. We find workarounds. In my last video, I taught you about the decoy data protocol. We forced the MacBook Neo to generate lightweight proxies within Premiere Pro so we can edit smoothly. But generating proxies inside of this laptop takes time, and it heats up the fanless chassis. What if I told you we could skip this rendering phase entirely? I'm going to let my camera actively do the heavy computational lift while I'm actively out shooting. The Lumix GH7 has a brilliant internal proxy generator. When I turn this feature on, the camera utilizes its dual memory card slots. It simultaneously writes a highly compressed, low-resolution HD file to my secondary SD card. When I get back to my desk and plug my drives in, the decoys, well, they're already made. There's absolutely zero rendering time and zero heat throttling on this laptop. I simply import my massive files into Premiere Pro, right-click them, select Attach Proxies, and point the software to the tiny files my camera already generated. It links instantly. And just like that, the MacBook Neo thinks it's editing basic, lightweight 1080p video. I get the flawless real-time scrubbing of a tiny file, but because the software is just referencing the heavy file in the background, I retain all the massive dynamic range of the 4K RAW file for my final color grade and export. And here's the best part. This workflow isn't exclusive to the Lumix GH7. If you shoot on something like the iPhone and want maximum control over your high resolution files, the free Blackmagic designed camera app can generate these proxies all while you're recording on your phone. And if you're shooting on a slightly older camera like the Lumix G7, you actually don't even need to do any of this. Cameras like the Lumix G7 or others from Sony already shoot in a highly compressed formats that the MacBook Neo absolutely loves. Now listen. You have to stop the tech community from telling you as a budget content creator from what you can and cannot create. If you're shooting 4K 10-bit HEVC on your iPhone or your Sony mirrorless camera or your Lumix G7 or any other prosumer camera that you might have, the MacBook Neo can honestly handle it right out of the box. And if you're shooting even heavier video files like Cinema 4K or 8K ProRes RAW for client work, this laptop, it's not useless. It just requires an editor to know what they're doing. Remember, hardware does not dictate the quality of your final product. Your workflow does. Now that we have completely solved the traditional editing workflow on this machine, it is time to do something that Apple explicitly states that this base model cannot do. The true test of a machine in 2026 is computational AI. In this next video right here, which will be released really soon, I pushed this exact laptop to the absolute brink by forcing it to run local AI models completely offline. No interconnection, just raw silicon. Click on that video right now to see how this machine breaks.